Illinois Stories is brought to you by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the support of viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Illinois Stories. I'm Mark McDonald on the southwest corner of the old State Capitol Plaza, where this building has been home to many businesses, most recently an accounting firm. But for about the past year, the upstairs has been home to Innovate Springfield, a place where entrepreneurs can go to get started. Well, this must be Innovate Springfield.
This is. Welcome.
Hey, Katie Davison, how are you?
I'm doing well. Okay. How are you?
Listen, I didn't know, and most of our Springfield viewers probably don't know about this space on the old State Capitol Plaza that is now available for people who want to start a business, yes, who have started a business, and who want to hang with like-minded people who can help them network, where they can have a workspace that they might not have at home. And it is a terrific space, 7,000 square feet,
yep,
in an old accounting building. Is that correct?
That's right. You just described exactly everything.
How long have you been here?
We have been in operation for just under a year. Mm-hmm. So I started in February. I was the first executive director at Innovate Springfield. And we kind of opened our doors after we got some furnishings and the space ready for folks in about May 2016.
Yeah, so you're in the very early stages
Very early stage.
However, you already have some success stories. I mean, you have people in here who actually are running businesses.
We do, yes.
And like I say, it's gotten them into a situation where they have a professional atmosphere. It doesn't break the bank, where they can have a facility here with a computer and Wi-Fi. They can network here. They can have office space. They can have customers come in and meet with them.
Correct.
And you're going to show us around.
I will. Yeah, I will. Absolutely.
This is your entrance hall here, and I like this because what you guys have a huge blackboard here, which kind of tells the story.
Correct.
ISPI, Innovate Springfield, but then you have these members, right? You have a lot of other folks involved here.
Right, and so kind of at the top of that list on our members, those are some of our sort of our institutional members. So obviously UIS is a big one, and then Forefront, they are an organization that works with nonprofits, and then the rest are really businesses that are getting entrepreneurial support from us through incubation.
Okay, we're looking at Shout Buddy. You can see, okay, that looks like a microphone there,
yep,
right?
They are a podcast.
He's got a business in here right now.
They do, yes, they do.
All right.
And Smash Toast is another one. The kind of larger ones are the ones that have the private offices. And a purpose of the chalkboard is we have people that kind of come and go. So they may need some space for a month or two, and they may, and then they may go out and launch their business outside of Springfield.
And you can erase them.
And we erase it, and we put new ones up.
Start
so
over.
That was really a more practical purpose.
No, I mean, it makes so much sense because it's also symbolic. Because you don't expect businesses to stay here forever. You expect them to flourish.
No, we don't want them to stay here forever. We want them to go out. And seek a space out in the community. And downtown would be great for that too. So we work very closely with the city and with Downtown Springfield Inc. about when we get to that point where we need to start thinking about where might these people go, where would be a good place for them, and what are the resources in the community available to them. We connect strongly with the city and DSI to help us with that. So.
Okay, let's take one more look up there because next to the members, we also have your partners. And this is very important because you wouldn't exist without these partners.
Absolutely not.
Primarily, since you're a not-for-profit, you have to be funded by more than money that you can bring in from the community. And the Community Foundation of the Land of Lincoln is your primary sponsor.
They are. In fact, we are a supporting organization of the Community Foundation for the Land of Lincoln. So in the for-profit world, that'd be a subsidiary. So they provide us with a tremendous amount of support, not only financially, but with staffing. So they handle our books for us, and they are really a foundational organization for us. It's been wonderful having them. And then the Chamber and the Q5 initiative provided us with seed funding to start up. So they have been one of our biggest sponsors as well.
Now, one of the things that you offer would-be business owners is, like I said, a facility. So let's go and take a look at the facilities here. You've got three options for business owners,
Correct,
right?
correct. Three levels. So we have the first level here is the tables. That's a $50 a month level.
Okay.
And that is where folks can just drop in. They come in, they bring their things with them, they sit down and they work, they connect with other people, and then at the end of the day when they leave, they take everything with them. Then the next level are these workstations.
Okay, so how much does this cost?
$50 a month.
$50 a month. Okay,
Yes.
this gives you an opportunity to get out of the house, to have a
Yes.
professional atmosphere, to network with people.
Yes,
You've
but
got
at an-
Wi-Fi.
at an
you've got-
affordable rate.
Okay, great.
Yeah, yeah. Then the next level is the $100 level. These are individual workstations. They're designated for the person through the length of their agreement, so they can bring their things here. Some of the folks you can see have kind of decorated their space with their own personal items. They have locking drawers so they can leave things here securely overnight. And again, you get all of the kind of amenities of a professional office space at a very reasonable rate.
It's quiet. You can concentrate in here, whereas you might not be able to at home.
Or a coffee shop.
Or a coffee
right,
shop, exactly,
right.
yeah. And then the third option is
Third option are our
the
private
offices.
offices. We have a couple still available, but those have kind of gone up a lot quicker.
this is one of the smaller ones.
This is a smaller office.
Okay.
This is a $300 level.
$300 a month. This is your office. You don't have to share it with anybody,
You don't
right?
share it with anyone.
Okay.
It locks. Yeah, you put your things in there, and it's your space. And as you can see on the doors, these are some
This
of the
fellow's
members.
he's got an operating business going on.
Correct.
Eric Broughton. FitTube. What is FitTube? Do you know?
FitTube is an online social media platform for fitness enthusiasts. So for the trainers, the personal trainers, to connect with the users, and they have a wide variety of services that they offer through that platform.
And then there's one down here. This one is no longer available.
Right.
But this is a good look at one of the bigger offices,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
And there will be a business moving in here in a matter of days, I guess.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
His
Next Gen Ventures.
venture, I guess it's a him, I'm not sure. Next Gen Ventures, igniting the next generation. Do you have any idea what it's about?
They are a venture capital firm, so
Oh,
they are
really?
here to really support the entrepreneurs, and potentially they could invest in them if they're so inclined. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is a big space. You've got several other offices.
Yeah.
Now, we mentioned the UIS, I think, and what their
yep,
role here. Let's
yes.
go in there.
Okay. All right, I will go. Yeah.
And what is the university's role with Innovate Springfield?
Twofold. So the Center for Entrepreneurship and Family Business, they are really here to assist us with supporting our entrepreneurs almost at a foundational level. They help with membership, they help with programming. So they do a lot of our workshops and seminars and things like that, and they kind of provide that educational, institutional foundation for us.
So these are people who, for instance, might be a professor at the business school
Correct.
at UIS. That would be a good fit.
Yes.
And that's just something that they think as a community, they bring a community asset.
Absolutely.
And they provide that for you all.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is just their work.
Yeah, and
space.
we have a few of the folks from UIS are in here on a regular basis. But then because we have a membership, they have a membership with us, UIS can really use this space as they see fit. So we sometimes have professors host their classes here if they want to kind of go off campus and have a downtown meeting space for class. Or host a panel. We're having the history department is bringing a panel on Friday to talk about the inauguration and kind of the historical context of inaugurations. So, so it's a nice relationship for them to be able to offer another location to kind of get off of campus and come downtown and hold some things here. Yeah.
Okay, let's go this way.
Great.
This is, I guess, just meeting space, or if you want to put on a program or something, that's what this area can be used
Yeah,
for?
or if folks want to meet,
big.
if they want to kind of group up and talk with one another, members want to kind of collaborate, they can do that at the tables. If somebody wants to come in here and just drop and work, they can do that as well. This is just another one of those kind of collaborative spaces.
These are two more of your businesses
Two
that
more,
are...
yep, we mentioned earlier,
Shout Buddy and Smash Toast. And I
Smash Toast.
think if we're lucky, we've got the entrepreneur who has this office coming in.
Yes.
He's going to show us what his business does.
Yes.
We also have another entrepreneur who's here,
Yes.
and they're going to describe what they do and how this facility helps them do what they do, and how they're sort of trying to build, connecting and build what they can. And then finally, I mean, you've got lots of space here, but this is your office.
My office, yep.
Now, I wanted to go in there because you have the best view in town. So come on, let's go and see your...
Well, all of these offices along the plaza really have this stunning view. Yeah.
I'm going to stay out of there so our camera can take a look out your window.
Yeah, it really frames the old state capitol nicely. It's not bad to look at every day.
And now, Katie, you come here from a university experience, right? That's where and you've been with this outfit for how long?
1 year,
1 year.
February 16th.
And you're the first executive director.
I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been exciting because it's
brand
new.
It was very exciting. And when I came on board, you know, I really understood what they are trying to do here, which is transformative, you know, really trying to ignite this entrepreneurial ecosystem, and that's what got me excited and drew me to this. Yeah.
Okay, now I want to go back out into this large meeting area, and I want to show something because it's going to be a springboard to what we see next.
Okay, yeah. Wonderful.
There's this sort of a makeshift platform here that sort of, I don't know, it looks a little out of place.
Right,
What in the world was this used for?
So this actually came to us. It's on loan from the old state capitol. They are wonderful to us as our neighbors across the plaza, but they also, if we need extra space or anything, they've been fabulous. So we held a preview night here, and we wanted an elevated platform for our members to get up and when they pitched their businesses. And I approached Justin Blanford at the Old State Capitol and said, "Do you have anything?" And he said, "Yep." And brought
he says,
this
as a matter of fact, Lincoln made a stump speech on this, right?
Right. Although we love it, it really kind of fits. We are bootstrapping it here, so it fits right in. So what we did, that was in November 17th. We had invited a lot of our partners and our kind of founding friends and supporters, and then some investors too, to come and hear about what our members are doing. So we brought them. They all got together their pitches, which is a 6-minute speech or demo on their product or service or business if it's just a concept. So we had a really wide representation of what kinds of businesses we are incubating here. We had some established businesses that have been in the community for a while that have partnered and created some cool innovative products based on their partnership. And then we also had some brand new concepts of things that haven't even been tested yet, that are just in the idea stage. And so it really provided them an opportunity to hear feedback on how that product or service might be received. And they had a very receptive audience. It was a very well attended event. I think we had over 100 people here in this space. It was standing room only. We had some monitors set up on the other side so people could watch because they couldn't fit in this space. It was just a tremendous outpouring of support for our members and for Innovate Springfield. So it was a really fun night.
Very interesting.
Plan to have many more of those. Another one in the spring, and then again in the fall.
So you're going to keep the stage.
We might, or we might build our own. Use it as a model. I took pictures of it.
I want to take this opportunity to talk to one of your clients. One of the businessmen has showed up here today, and we're going to take a little break and talk to him about what he does, what he's trying to build, and how he's using this space to do that.
Sounds good.
Good, thanks.
Yep.
Thomas Clatterbuck, is that the right way to pronounce your name?
Clatterbuck.
Thomas Clatterbuck. You're from Jacksonville.
I am.
They don't have anything like this in Jacksonville.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. And you've been coming over here for since August, I guess.
Yeah, that's when I joined this incubator.
And you joined at the $50 level.
Yeah, I have one of the tables here.
And what made you want to go into business for yourself?
For me, it's a matter of I've seen problems my whole life in the educational world. My father was an institutional researcher and administrator. My mother was a professor. And they had all these problems that I kept hearing about. And then when I went into teacher prep, I saw all this documentation that I was going to have to do for each lesson. And so much of it was going to waste. And I said, it doesn't need to be that way. And so since I saw the problem and I saw how the solution should work, I said, I can do this. I can start a business. I can solve this problem.
Now, you decided you don't want to be a teacher yourself just right now.
I would like to be a teacher, but this was what I felt was more important at this juncture.
Okay. And when you say this, you're talking about your ability to collect data and to put it into a location on the web, a location where teachers can access it. That they've got the data, but they don't know how to put it together. Is that sort of the way?
That's right. The database market in the educational world is so highly fragmented. Individual schools might have several databases just for their grade information, not counting the personal information, other school records, and just it's all over the place, and so you can't integrate the data. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to have all the data in one place, and not just the data that we're used to, but all of the individual points of data that go into a final grade. All of that data can be saved because all that data is already being generated. And once you have all of that, you can really make those finely tuned adjustments to teaching, because if teachers have that data, they know what to do with it. They just don't have it.
Well, sit down at the computer here for me, if you would, Thomas, and we'll take a look at your website. Now your company's name is Red Ox AM?
We're Red Ox Assessment Management.
Assessment Management.
Because that's really what we do. We don't write curriculum materials, we just handle the data for people. But that's really our goal. Our goal is, I'm not a professional educator. I know a lot about education, but the professional educators just need the tools to do their job. And so that's why we're just making this integrated, adaptable tool for them, so that when they know what's important to collect, and they can collect it. Right now, they just can't do that in the way that they need to.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of teachers don't have a lot of time either, do they?
Absolutely not.
I mean, once they go ahead and they're reading these papers and there's grading these papers, and then they got to go to class. And from your point of view, actually, the papers, the grading of the papers, you could help them a lot in this regard.
Well, yeah, it's a matter of, I don't want teachers doing data analytics. That's not what they're trained to do. I want them helping kids. I want them developing lesson plans. But they need the data analytics to know, here's how my lessons are succeeding, here's how my lessons can be better. And at the individual student level, at the macro level, all of these things are possible with the big data, with the sabermetrics like we have in baseball. Baseball is a different game now, not because we've changed any of the rules, just because we have the data. And that's what I want to do in education.
I see, I see. Now, have you contacted schools yet? Are you to the point far enough along where you actually have a product you can show them?
I don't have a product that I can show them, but even at this early stage, we've gotten very positive responses. I've been in contact with teachers in Macomb, teachers in District 117 over in Jacksonville, and actually I'm working with Community Connect Point, which is a pre-K provider and aggregator here in the Springfield area. So we're getting lots of positive response at all levels, because teachers and educators all across the board, they see these problems, but that's not their wheelhouse. That's not what they do. And so they need other people to fill in the gaps.
Well, Thomas, good luck and thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Katie, when you're a member here, a business person member here, at the $50 level or the $100, the $300 level, this meeting space here is available to you.
Right.
So if you wanted to have a program of some kind, you can use it for that.
The whole space is yours, just like it would be in a regular office. So the conference rooms, the social areas, the meeting space, the classroom that we're in right now, it's all accessible to the members.
Except early on Monday morning, this place is busy.
It's booked.
It is busy, isn't it?
And
this place would be buzzing. If we were a little earlier on a Monday morning from 7:30 to 9, there are 29 seniors, high school seniors in here, and they're all committed to a program called Sangamon CEO.
Correct.
Right? What is that about?
The Sangamon CEO program is an experiential learning program for high school seniors, as you mentioned, in Sangamon County. It gets them out of the classroom and into the boardroom or the business place. So they start here on Mondays, they call this home base, and then they move out into the community and visit other businesses around the community and hear about experiences and starting businesses and what those different folks have experienced as business leaders.
So let's walk this way so we see a little more. So not only do the schools cooperate in this, because the kids actually are on school time for part of the time.
They're getting credit.
But the local businesses also do that because they welcome them in and they talk to them and mentor them
Correct.
and teach them things.
And invest in the program.
And
They
invest in
actually
the program.
support the program
Yeah.
financially, yes. We have a group of 60 community investors that are local businesses that have all said this program is important, it matters, and we are going to financially contribute to it. And so, yes, the students then are out in the community, they meet with them, they hear about their stories, and then ultimately the students launch businesses themselves. So in here, they are working on those business products and services that they're kind of conceptualizing and creating.
Right.
And they're really cool. Some of
These
them are.
students are carefully chosen because, like you said, this is not just hanging out time.
No.
These students are expected to have everything it needs to start a business, from the idea and the concept right up to being able to pitch it to a professional group of people who can judge, yeah, that's a go or it's not a go.
Correct.
Yeah?
Not only is this an academic program, they are receiving high school credit. They're also receiving dual credit from Lincoln Land Community College.
Wow.
It's all administered through the Regional Office of Career and Technical Education, so it's at no cost to them. But they have this other side of it where they're launching a real business, and they can leave high school with a business. At the minimum, a business plan. At the maximum, they have a fully launched business where they have a full business plan. They've received some seed funding, and they're ready to go live.
Yeah. Let's go take a look at this table over here, because
Great.
this shows us kind of what the demonstration has been. When we mentioned that they actually had to go before a panel of people who's going to give them the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Right.
Okay, so you've got your Shark Tank here.
Right,
You've got
yeah.
your own Sangamon CEO Shark Tank.
Correct.
And this is the group of 29 high school seniors that
From
we were
this
talking about.
class this year, yeah.
They were all involved in this idea of starting a business, and this is what they had to go through. These are the starting businesses, and the pitch is made. These are the sharks. These are local people who have made business their life. They know
Correct.
what it takes to start a business.
Yeah, we have Karen Davis. She's the director of the Office of Economic Development and Planning for the city, and we've got there was an investor on that panel. So yeah, they are experiencing what it feels like when you're watching NBC Shark Tank. They're going through that.
It's an example of the medals,
Right.
the prizes that were
Right.
given for the best ideas, the best startups, and of course, boy, these trophies are very impressive too. So the kids really get a taste of entering the Shark Tank and having to defend their idea, don't they?
They do, yes. And they have to get up, they pitch. We're at the Center for, at the Memorial Center for Learning and Innovation. So they are in a big hall pitching in front of 200 plus people, giving their 6-minute, this is our business and this is what we're doing. And boy, I'm telling you, those kids are impressive. Yeah. It was a really amazing experience. We've done it, this is the second year that they've done it at Memorial. And I think every year it just grows in excitement and publicity, and it's just a really fun thing to be a part of.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Nadia Gronkowski, we are looking at the third arm of Innovate Springfield's chore. And this is your baby, Sangamon Success. This study, this evidence-based study, came out in August of 2015.
That's right.
And as a result of this study, you were hired, fresh with your master's degree from NYU,
Yeah.
to come in and implement these changes or meet
Absolutely.
these needs. That's a tall order.
It is. It's 25 recommendations, and it's helping some of the most vulnerable people in Sangamon County, so it's a tall order. You're right.
25 recommendations, and if you look at this book, you see right on the table of contents, you can see where they chart out right where they need to go. Prenatal through age 2, ages 3 to 5, grades K to 5, 6 through 12. It's all here.
Yep.
It's a matter of getting the right people together on the same page to make needed changes, isn't it?
Absolutely, and we have the best partners around. We have the United Way of Central Illinois, who's been instrumental in all this, the Community Foundation for the Land of Lincoln, the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, and the University of Illinois Springfield Center for State Policy and Leadership. So it's really just an amazing group that I'm lucky to work with every day on this initiative.
Recommendations for improving outcomes of less advantaged children in Sangamon County, and not just Springfield, Sangamon County.
Right.
Less advantaged. Does that just mean people below the poverty line?
It's a good question. It's deliberately a broad term, and it does mean people below the poverty line, as well as people who are maybe not below the poverty line, but low income, as well as children who may not have a responsible adult in their lives to guide them along. A big focus of the report, one of the main focuses, is mentoring organizations. So that sort of comes in where children may not have an adult to turn to, particularly when they're going through many changes in their lives, or they have sort of an unstable basis for their lives. They need a responsible adult, and we consider that part of our purview for the Sangamon Success
Let's take a
Report.
look at your eraser board over here. In this category. Now, you mentioned the mentoring program, and on your right, you can see where it says Mentoring Summit Program. Okay, so what do you, how do you keep track? Is this how you keep track of what you've been doing?
Yeah, and we love our whiteboards here at Innovate Springfield, as you can probably tell. Yeah, I mean, it's just great to have this visual to mind map sort of what we're doing. So this is going to be an event taking place this spring. We're still in the planning phases, but we're hoping to bring together all the mentoring organizations in Sangamon County, it's quite a few, to sort of help them infuse their practices with some of the best practices articulated by the National Mentoring Partnership.
Well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
For a newcomer to town, it's hard for anybody to make these contacts, and if you're a newcomer, it puts a little more of a challenge into it, doesn't it?
I fell in with the right crowd.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks.
You should also know that here at Innovate Springfield, there are still vacancies and opportunities open here to people who are starting a new business. They've got the offices, the tables, they've got the networking set up for you, and also look for upcoming workshops, particularly in the month of February, and you can find out more about those at innovatespringfield.org. With another Illinois story in Springfield, I'm Mark McDonald. Thanks for watching.
Illinois Stories is brought to you by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the support of viewers like you. Thank you. For a DVD copy of the program you've just seen, send $19.95 to Network Knowledge, P.O. Box 6248, Springfield, Illinois 62708. Be sure to include the program name, subject, and when the program aired. You can also order with your credit card by calling 800-232-3605.